Hi everyone, my name is Amanda and today we're going to be going over how to multiply and divide real numbers. We're going to start with the concept of positive and negative results. So when you multiply, you get a product, as to when you divide, you get a quotient. Multiplying two positive numbers together, you end up with a positive product. When you multiply two negative numbers together, you also get a positive product. Now let's talk about dividing. When you're dividing two positive numbers together, your quotient is also going to be positive. And just like when you divide two negative numbers together, your quotient will also be positive. Now what happens when one of those values is negative? The same will be for the product as to the quotient. So when one of those numbers is negative, if you're multiplying a positive times a negative, your product is going to be a negative. Whereas if you're dividing and one of those numbers is negative, your quotient will be negative. All right, now with all that out of the way, let's just jump into a few examples. All right, we have to find the product of 4 times negative 7. This is a positive times a negative, and 4 times negative 7 is going to be giving us 28, okay? And because it's 28, we want to make sure that we put negative because of the negative sign that we have. A positive times a negative is negative 28. All right, next we have 18 divided by 3. Now this is a positive divided by a positive. Remember, when they're both the same sign, we have a positive result here. All right, so 18 divided by 3 is 6, and so it's going to end up being positive 6. Next, we have a negative divided by a negative. Again, they're both the same sign. When they're both the same, it's going to be a positive result. So negative 27 divided by negative 3 is going to be giving us positive 9. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw that in there. Now, of course, this is much easier if you know your multiplication tables, but we want to just go ahead and just quickly go through this so that you can master the signs. And then this is just a simplified form. We have negative square root of 36. Remember, we talked about the radicals in one of my earlier videos. I want to just throw this in here because the square root of 36 is the same as doing 6 times 6, right? And so when we have that negative in the front, it's only one negative. The 36 inside of the radical is not a negative. So we want to just put that negative there in the front. 6 times 6 is 36, but of course, the square root of 36 is 6. All right, so altogether, this is going to simplify into negative 6. All right, because we want to simplify that negative square root of 36. All right, so I just wanted to make sure to throw that in there in case you see something like that come up. All right, I hope this was helpful on how to multiply and divide real numbers, and of course a little bit of simplest form.